Hi, everyone. So today's topic is going to be academic writing. Now, the reason why I want to do a special session on this is majority of the assignments that I get for review, the citation, the referencing is not done properly. So that's one of the main reasons why I want to do a special session on academic writing. So before we move on to the next slide, what do you mean by academic writing? What is the meaning of academic writing? What's your point of view? What's your take on academic writing? Anyone? No? Okay. So academic writing is a formal style of writing used in academics. Now, it is characterized by clear, concise, and evidence-based communication. Now, when it is academic writing, you have to ensure that you use formal language, right? Your tone has to be formal, professional. Get it? And it has to be concise. It has to be concise. When you write an assignment or a research, it has to be structured. Your topics has to be organized. And if you take any information, I repeat, any information that is not yours, it's not yours. You did not come up with a theory. You did not come up with an idea. It's not your opinion. You need to cite it. You need to cite it. So every time you bring in information from outside, maybe a website, maybe a journal article, maybe a magazine, maybe a book, maybe a YouTube video, maybe an audio, maybe an interview, everything has to be cited. Is that clear? So everything has to be cited. Now let's move on to plagiarism. What is plagiarism? Plagiarism is the act of using someone else's work, ideas, or intellectual property without proper acknowledgement, presenting it as one's own. This is strictly prohibited. You cannot do it in your academic writing. It's strictly prohibited, right? So this can include copying text, ideas, images. Even if you take an image from a book, right? Or you created an image, but the idea was from the book, you need to cite it. Clear? You need to cite it. Maybe you created the table. Maybe you designed the table. Maybe you did the graphics. Where did you get the idea from? From a book. Cite it. Is that clear? So any form of content, you cannot include in your assignment without giving credit to the original author. If you take any sort of information from elsewhere, whether it's a website, YouTube video, audio, newspaper, anything, you need to cite it. So you have to be very clear with this. I see a lot of assignments, there's no citation. Who came up with this idea? Not you. Obviously, you took it from somewhere. You took an idea from a theory, from a book, someone's opinion. Cite it. So you're on the safe side, because if someone argues, right, maybe your second marker or third marker argues with you, okay, why do you say so? Why do you say this? How did you come up with this theory? So now you don't have a defense mechanism. If you have a citation, if you have referencing, you can defend. You can say, okay, Philip Kotler said this in this particular book. You get me? So if you cite your assignment, your writing, you're on the safe side. So if anyone challenges you, right? If anyone challenges you and come up to you and say, you know what have you written? What is this about? You can give them the evidence. Okay, it's not my opinion. He said so. Philip Kotler said so. Yeah, if it is in a marketing topic, you can say Philip Kotler said so. So then no one has any questions about it. So you have to make sure that any information that you take from elsewhere, you need to cite it. And also you need to give the referencing under the assignment. And another thing that I saw is that some of them, they've cited something and the reference list is something. It's not matching. Okay, you have given the citation, yeah, fine, great. But the reference list is totally different from the citation that you have given in your assignment. This doesn't make sense, right? You have to make sure whatever that you copy down or whatever that you list down under the referencing has to be cited. There has to be a relationship between your reference list and your citation, right? You call it in-text citation, meaning as you write, you give the credit to the original author. So I'm going to share some tips, right? I'm going to share some tips that you can make use of while you answer your assignment. I know it's quite a challenge for most of the people. Some of them, they're not into academics, right? They must have done a professional course and then joined the L7. And some of them, maybe there's a huge gap between their previous higher education studies and this. So I know it's kind of difficult, maybe you're out of touch. So I'm here to help you out. So there's one thing when it comes to definitions, you can use this website called dictionary.com. So there's a world's leading online source for definitions, word origins, and a whole lot more. So if you need to get any definitions for your assignment, you can refer this particular website, right? This is accredited and a most used website, so you can use it for definitions. Next, synonyms. Now, this is something that I've used for my assignments as well in the past. I've used this a lot. Okay, I can't emphasize the importance of thesaurus.com. To be honest, I've used it so much. So what this does is that, now say for example, you need to summarize an article, summarize a paragraph that you read from a book, and you know that you can't copy paste the exact same thing. And sometimes you run out of words. Yeah, sometimes like, okay, what is the similar words for this? I'm not getting it. I don't know. So what you do is you copy and paste this particular word in the thesaurus doc. If you go into thesaurus.com, they sort of give you like a search bar thing, and then you need to copy and paste it here, and then they will give you number of synonyms, right? They'll give you number of similar words that you can, replace it with the original word in the original paragraph. So this is an awesome tool that you can use, right? And I cannot emphasize the importance, or, I've used this so much for my assignments in the past. So this is a very good website that you can make use of. And then coming into journals, you are doing your L7. You have to remember that, right? You're not doing your L4, and the ones who are doing your L4, you can also continue or stick to this method, no problem. But what I'm saying is, you're not doing your L4, you're not doing your L5, you're not doing your degree, right? You're doing your L7, meaning it's your master's level. So your assignment has to give that impression that you're doing an L7 assignment. You're studying an L7 diploma, a postgraduate diploma, and a master's diploma. You need to show that. So you are not supposed to get information from predatory journals or websites that you're not supposed to get information from. That is strictly prohibited in the academics, right? And some of them, they just bring information from nowhere. Now, this cannot be done. This cannot be done. If you need journals, these are some of the websites that you can refer. Sage, Gesto, Elsevier, Emerald, and Australians businesses. I think Emerald and Elsevier, you need to pay. Some of the journals are paid version, but Gesto, I use this a lot. Gesto, you just need to create an account with Gesto, and then you're able to get a lot of journals from there. Sometimes some of the journals you can download without any problem. Some of the journals, they allow you to read it, meaning they're only sort of read-only journals. So you're not supposed to download it, but you can also create a library in the JSTOR. So you create your account and you can create your library. So say, for example, management books, and you can store all the management books. You even have books, you have journal articles, you have a variety, you have a huge library of journals in JSTOR, and it's free, right? And it's free. You can use it. So please use JSTOR. And then you also have certain journal articles. Maybe you found a journal article and you really want it, right? So you really want it, but you have to pay for it. Some journal articles, you can copy paste the DOI, right? There's a DOI that every journal article has. I'll try to show it to you. Maybe before I wind up the session, I'll try to show it to you. So there's a DOI for every journals. And what you have to do is just copy this DOI and go to a website called SciHub, right? SciHub, and then paste it here. And some of the articles that should be paid or that you can only access if you pay, you're able to access it through SciHub. Not all the articles, but majority of the articles, you're able to access it through SciHub. The ones that you have to pay in other websites. Get it? So through SciHub, you're able to get the access for it. Use journal articles. But again, having said that, when you choose journal articles, you need to choose ranked journal articles. Right? What is it? Ranked journal articles. Now, what do you mean by ranked journal articles? Not most of them don't know about the ranked journal articles, so let me explain it to you. Ranked journal articles means these articles or these journals that are published in these particular websites are peer-reviewed, right? They are peer-reviewed. What does it mean by peer-reviewed? Peer-reviewed articles means these articles are revised, checked by other researchers before they publish, right? Before they publish. Their accuracy, is there a clarity, the methodology, right? What is the validity of the research? Are there any, grammatical errors? Are they up to date? So everything will be reviewed by independent experts. So they don't have any relationship with the researcher. So these are called as peer-reviewed journals, and you have to take information from peer-reviewed journals. You call it ranked journals. Ranked journals. So you're not supposed to take journals from everywhere. No, because there are a lot of predatory journals. Now, what is predatory journals? Predatory journals means these are the journals, there are certain people who need to get their PhD, who need to get their masters done. So they have to they have to publish their work. Yeah, they need to publish their work just to show others that they published it. So what they do is that they pay to these websites that, they just pay to these websites that are not actually credible, right? That's not reliable, but they pay it and then they publish it. So you call them as predatory journals. And if you're into research, or if you're an expert into research, at a glance you can say, okay, this is not a peer-reviewed journal, because there's so many mistakes. There's no methodology, there's no structure, there's no organization, nothing. They've just written it, and sometimes some of the words don't even make sense. So journal articles, you have to get journal articles, you have to get information from journal articles. But having said that, make sure that these are ranked journals, right? Peer-reviewed journals. So JSTOR, Google Scholar, yes. So it's taking me to the next website. So these websites these websites consist of peer-reviewed. Majority, again, you have to look into that. Majority of the journal articles that are published here are ranked journals. Ranked journals. So now you have a question, okay, how do I know whether this journal is ranked or not? How do I know that this is a predatory journal? I don't know. How do I find out? Yes. So what you have to do is, you have something called the rapid journal. Let me get this. So you just need to copy and paste it in your Google Chrome. And you're going to get something called the Rapid Journal Quality Check. So you need to install it, right? Or you need to add it to the Google Chrome. And what happens is, let me show you what happens. So this is my Google Chrome. And say, for an example, I'm going to let me go to Google Scholar. So I'm going to go to Google Scholar. All right. So I'm going to go to Google Scholar. So I need finance articles because I'm into financing. And as you can see, now if you see a sign as this, it means they're predatory journals, right? Or predatory journals, or they're not peer reviewed. So no, you're not going to take these journals. And here you can see Q1A. Now these are ranked journals. Is it clear? These are ranked journals. Now you will get this ranking only if you install or add that rapid journal quality check in your Chrome. See, I've added it. That's why I get this message removed from Chrome. It's an extension. Okay, it's an extension that you have to add it to your Google Chrome. So when you do it, automatically when you search, you get it peer reviewed or not. So ranked journals, these are the journal articles that you need to check in. See? So I'm not supposed to take any information from this. No. I'm not going to even touch it. I'm not going to even read it because there's no point. They're not peer reviewed. So don't even look at it. So only take journals that is peer reviewed. Okay. Or you say ranked journals. Let me get back to the slide. So when I share this, you'll be able to get a hold of the link. Right. These are some of the websites that is strictly prohibited to use in your assignment. Strictly prohibited. I repeat again and again and again, strictly prohibited. You're not supposed to use these websites. Please do not send me assignments with these websites on your reference list. I know most of them do. From now onwards, please do not. Wikipedia, no. Why Wikipedia? Who is editing Wikipedia? Do you know? You don't know. Anybody can. So no, it's not peer reviewed. UK says, no, UK says. Okay, UK says no. You're not supposed to take information from UKSS. Right? You may ask why. Why not from UK essays? But you can actually go through the reference list. I know that under the UK essays, once the essay is written, at the end, you sort of have the reference list that they've used. I don't know whether they have it anymore, but I remember a while ago. You can actually you can go through the UK essays to get information or to understand something. Yeah, that can be done, but you cannot, how do I say, cite the work or refer from UKSS, right? You cannot, because this is a commercial essay writing service, right? And it's not peer reviewed. UKSA is not peer reviewed, so you cannot take it, right? So they lack, or they may lack credibility. So please avoid using it. But actually you can go through the reference list and you can go to the original work to cite it to your assignment or to get information for your assignment. Go to the original work. If they have given you the reference list, go to the original work. And again, Wikipedia, I do that. In Wikipedia, right? At the end, they would have given a reference list. From where did they get information? You go to those reference lists, right? Go to this original piece of work and then get information from there. That's fine. Next, non-peer reviewed websites. Now, anything you read on websites doesn't mean that's right. So you saw something about management structure, organizational structure, leadership theories. Okay, let's take it to my assignment. This article seems to be very interesting. Let's add it to my assignment. No, you can't do that. Who wrote it? If there is a particular author, right, and if there's a well-known author or expert in the field, yes, go ahead and cite it. Go ahead and take the information, attach it to your assignment. But if there's no particular author, if that's not particular, like for example, SIM. Now these are reliable sources. So anything that is given by SIMA or SIM or ACCA or AAT, okay, take it and add it to your assignment. But others don't. Investopedia, no. ScholarWorks, no. Paper review, no. Now this is predatory journals. These are predatory journals. Some of them who just wants to get their masters done, PhDs done, they pay and then get their work published. Right? Commercial websites, Amazon, WebMD, Health, no. online forums, Reddit, Quora, no. Social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, please avoid using any information that is given from there. Blogs and personal websites, unless from a reputable expert or institution. Say, for example, Sima said this. Yes, you can take it. Yeah, or Sim said this, ACCA said this, or ACCA came up with this. Yes, of course, you can add it. But otherwise, all the other websites are prohibited unless otherwise you are you're very sure of their credibility and reliability. Clear? So now you may ask the question, okay, how am I going to do my assignment? Read books. There's so many books. You can get so much of information from books. Download it. Take the PDF. Use the search bar, right? Write it in the search bar. What area you need information? Management, type management. You get all the related pages for management. You don't have to read every single page. No, you don't have the time to do it. Right? You don't have the time to do it. Yes. And also, please avoid using AI. I see a lot of assignments, a lot of students who have used AI. Please do not use AI. Don't think the lecturer doesn't know. Obviously, the lecturer knows at a glance whether this is done by a student or is this done by AI. It's easy to identify at a glance. So please do not use AI. And even if you use AI, don't use another AI software to humanize it. Okay, even, I mean, obviously the AI software or the detector is not going to detect that it is AI written, but the lecturer knows. Okay, so, you know, it's this L7 or master's students is not just a qualification. You're going to learn a lot from this. It's time management, right? And you're going to learn, you're going to gain a lot of knowledge. You need this. So be serious about it. Don't do it just to get the qualification. Right? Don't do, because there's so many interesting things. Now, if you look into organizational structure, management, finance, there's so many things that you can learn. So you need the knowledge. Make use of it. All the lecturers here are going to be very supportive to you. Make use of it. Right? So just don't do an assignment just because you need to do an assignment, because you have to get a pass. No, don't do that. Work for it. Work hard for it, because at the end of the day, you're going to feel guilty when you look into your certificate and, you know, oh, I didn't do my assignments well. One day you're going to be guilty, you know, one day you're going to regret it. So be serious. Do your work. Do it ethically. Right? Do it ethically. And I'll give you some shortcuts. As I said, you know, if you have to refer books, journals, anything, you have the PDF versions. Download it. You know, there's a search bar. I'll show it to you. Give me a second. Yes, I'll come to Mendeley after that. I'll show you how to do it. Give me 1 second. Okay, so I'm going to use a PDF. This is an accounting book. Okay, so here, as you can see, there is something called search. Yeah, there's something called search. Click it and write what you want. Say you want to talk about, oh, sorry, you want the information about management accounting. Okay, just type it. There you go. So you get a list, right? Okay, you're searching about management accounting. Okay, these pages, page number 12, 26, 89 has about management accounting. So you don't have to read the entire book. Go there, see whether this is, you need this. Okay, fine, take it. You need this, take it. You need this, take it, done. Less than 5 minutes, finished. So journal articles, books, magazines, anything, use this format. Right? Use this format. And another thing is that whenever you take information from a book, right, do your citation and referencing then and there. Okay, you can open a different Word document and start adding the reference list then and there. So you don't have to do it in a particular structure at that time, because, you know, you sort of will lose the flow or lose the interest of assignment writing. So you can just copy paste the author and the other information and leave it in a Word document. Later, you can come and edit it. Meaning, put it in an order, like the Harvard referencing style. Following the Harvard reference style, you can say the author's name, year, the topic, the title of the book, and so on. Clear? So that's a tip. And let's move back to my slides. Okay, where did it go? Okay, got it. Next, so we also have something called a software called Mendeley, right? Mendeley. Now, Mendeley is a desktop and web program, so you can also download it and have it on your desktop. You can also use it offline if you need to. And you can also use it online. So this is a web program produced by Elsevier for managing and sharing research papers. So you can start reading, you can have your own library with Mendeley. And you can also add this extension in your Word document, right? MS Word, you can actually add this extension, Mendeley. Okay, you can check some YouTube videos on how to do it. And automatically, those articles that you refer or cite, automatically that will be saved in this Mendeley library. So it's very, very helpful. Okay. And this is going to be really helpful when you start doing your research, your final research paper, not your proposal, rather the final research paper for your master's. When you're doing it, this is a great help because you're going to read 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 journal articles, books, and you have to store it somewhere. You don't know where to store it. You can do it here. Mendeley. So it's a great software. So that's about academic writing. So before I move on to the next part, does anyone have any questions? Do you have any questions, any clarifications? So far, is it clear? Type 1 on the chat box if it's clear so far. If you have any questions, this is your chance. All clear. Okay. How about the others? Quick. We have to move on. Clear. Okay, great. Awesome. So let's move on to the next part. Done with academic writing. And yep. Now moving on to referencing. So I'm not gonna dive into, I'm not gonna go deep in Harvard referencing. You have many YouTube videos, recordings that is uploaded on YouTube, which you can go and check. Right, I've done some of the recordings related to Harvard referencing. I've clearly explained how to cite one author book, two author book, how to cite website, how to cite ebooks. I've clearly explained it in these snippets or short videos, and which is uploaded on YouTube video. So you can please go and check it. So today I'm just going to touch the surface, the basic on Harvard referencing. Right. So there are two types: body of the text called citation, and you also call this in-text citation. You cite it as you write the assignment. And then end of your work, you write the reference list. Okay, these are my citations and the reference list. So citation, in in-text citation, you only provide a short detail about the author, right? Their surname and the year. For example, here, as you can see in the in-text citation, so I've written my assignments. Okay, I've written my assignment. So before I place my full stop, within brackets, I'm going to cite it. Gladwell, comma, very important. You have to write the comma. You don't write the comma, then that's not citation, right? There's a particular format that you need to follow in Harvard referencing. You have other referencing styles as well, like Chicago, MLA, APA. But in our institute, in our awarding bodies, we use Harvard referencing styles. So you write the surname, not the middle name, not the first name of the author. It's the surname of the author, comma, the year of publication. Now this is in-text citation. You do it before you end your paragraph with a full stop. Before that, you write the citation, right? From whom? Who is the author? What year of publication? And then you move on to the referencing. It's very easy. You know, referencing is very easy. It's not complicated at all. So don't make it complicated. So if you don't like, okay, I'll say about it later. Anyways, so Gladwell, comma, the first name, and you write the initials. You don't write the entire name usually. The initial, dot, within brackets, the year, and the titles of the story. Sorry, not the story, I'm sorry. The title of the book, italicized, place, and publisher. That's it. That's it. This is the information that you write if you've taken information from a book. And then you have quoting, where quoting is the process of inserting a passage from another source into your own writing, meaning you're exactly copy pasting, right? You're not doing any editing, you're not replacing any word. So when you quote someone's work, you have to put it within quotation marks. See that? So this, as you can see, I said that factoring can be defined as within quotation. I've written, okay, this is a direct wording or a direct paragraph that I have taken from a book, right? I've not done any editing. I'm not replaced. I've not used synonyms, nothing, absolutely nothing. This is exact same word in the book. So I have to give the credit to the original author. And that is the reason why I've used quotations. So if someone says, you know, if the plagiarism software detects this particular thing as plagiarism, I can say, or I can defend myself saying that, okay, it's in double quotation. Why is it plagiarism? I've not done plagiarism here. Yeah, get it? So I've given the name of the author, year, and the page number, from which page number I've taken this particular quotation. Right? Now, referencing book with one author. Now, the problem a lot of people has is, okay, from where do I take the information? Where is the information? Okay, you say, you said, okay, the Harvard referencing book says you have to take the surname, the initials, the year, publication, title of the book. Where do I find this in a book? So that's what I'm going to teach you here. So here you have the title. This is the title of the book. And some of the books, they have edition numbers. So edition numbers also, you also have to add the edition numbers if that particular book has the edition number. Now here you can see Peter Attrill. So Peter is the first name and Attrill is the second name. So I took the second name to my in-text citation. And when I'm referencing, I say Attrill, comma, P within brackets, the year of publication. So here, as you move down, yeah, there you go. So Attrill, P, 2009, financial, yes. And another confusion that most of the people have is, you know, is this comma important? Is this dot important? What if I ignore it? No, you can't ignore. It has to be done this way. I'm sorry, it has to be done this way. Okay, you have no other choice. You have to write this. You have to write this. Even if one dot is missing, you know, you're not referred properly. You have to do this. Majority of the markers, right? Majority of the lecturers, the first thing that they do is go through your content, right? Go through your table of content and go to the reference list. That's the first thing that they do, right? If your reference list is good, they get a good impression. Okay, oh, this student has gone through this book. They have referred this particular journal article. Great. And the referencing style, they followed it. You know, that's it. That's how they look into your table of content and the reference. Then they come to your assignment. Clear? So you need to make a good impression. Your first impression has to be a good impression. So here you can see the place of publication, not England. Okay, you have to take this, Harlow, and also here, Pearson, the publisher. And you can see fifth. Now here, there are so many years. Now you have a confusion. Okay, which year am I to take? 97, 2000, 2003, 2006. You take the latest, right? Latest published year, and then add it in your reference list. And now moving on to the submission structure. So you have to write your assignment in a Word document. Yes, you can use other softwares, but the problem is now when you send your assignment to your lecturer, maybe the lecturer does not have the software that you used. So when it comes to MS package, MS package, you know, everyone uses it. So there's no problem in it. So that's one of the main reasons why we encourage you to use Word document and PowerPoint and Excel. If you have a practical, maybe financial ratios, some calculations, of course, you can use Excel. So right side, this is into the margin, right side 1 inch, left side 1 inch, head and footer, again, 1 inch. Printing, you don't really need because, you know, we usually go into soft copies. Font size has to be 12. And your headings, yes, your headings, just to differentiate, maybe you can use 14, but it's okay even if you use 12 and make it bold. There's no harm in it, right? Or you can make it 14 just to differentiate that, you know, to differentiate, this is the heading, this is my, you know, explanation, you can do it. Font style, Arial Times New Roman. Referencing style, Harvard referencing style and referencing list. Sorry, Harvard style citation and reference list. Presentation soft copy. And the answer should be fixed in the main body. So you have to attach your entire assignment brief before you write your assignment. This is very important, students, right? You have to attach your assignment brief because this includes the marking sheet. If there's no marking sheet, then how can the lecturer mark without the marking sheet? So you have to attach your assignment brief after the assignment brief. That's when you have to start writing your assignment, right? And there will be given a word count. This is a word count. Please don't exceed it. Maybe you can exceed 10%. Yeah, 10%. Exceed, or it can be, yeah, exceed 10%. That's fine. Tables, graphs, diagrams, Gantt charts are excluded from the word count, right? They're excluded from the word count. And should minimize the amount of unnecessary attachments or appendices. Your assignment must be supported with 15 to 20 references, maybe more. The more you use, the better it is. You know, the lecturer or the marker is going to get an impression that the student has read so many articles to support or to write the assignment, and must include both books, journal articles, and research paper. Right? So first you look into books, journal articles, again, ranked journal articles, not predatory journal articles, or research papers, Now, if you don't find any information here, then you go find in the websites, again, credible websites. So your first option is not to go find information in the websites. No, you can go find the information in the website just to understand a topic. Yeah, to get information or to understand the concept. Okay, this is what they're talking about. But information for your assignment has to be taken from books, journal articles, and research paper. Your websites or getting information from websites should be the last option. So if you don't find any information in the book, journal articles, research paper, then you go for websites. Clear? And majority of the references must be recent, 5 to 10 years. Don't quote from 1999 books and journal articles. Right? Sometimes they don't, it's not applicable to this particular scenario, you know, present scenario. So don't take journal articles 1999, 2000. No, it has to be 5 to 10 years old. Right? Your references has to be 5 to 10 years old. That's the reason you have, you know, so many books are revised and edited. So that's why you have many edited versions, because they've updated the information, they've added certain things, or they've modified certain paras, certain things that they say, and then they say, okay, this is the edited version, this is the latest version, this is what you have to read now. Clear? So that's about academic writing. And again, this is just a very brief session on Harvard referencing. I've just touched the very basics. So if you need to dive into deeper content, all the videos are uploaded on YouTube. Please go and watch it. Okay, please go and watch it. And I'll just show you the Harvard referencing book. I've uploaded this on the LMS. You can download it. This is something that I've used, you know, since the beginning of my education journey. And I don't use it now because, you know, I'm sort of used to referencing now. So I don't usually refer these Harvard referencing book now, but I used to do it way back for my assignments. So this have given you the instruction for almost all site of all how do I put it? Like any information that you need to cite, right? Any information that you need to cite and how to cite, everything is here. Right? Okay, you need to get the citation referencing from a video. Okay, this is how you do it. It's here. From a thesis, this is how you do it. Social media, this is how you do it. Everything is here. And it's very simple. The way they've explained it, it's very simple. So please use this book. Okay, I've uploaded. There's two versions. I think one was a university version, not quite sure. And this is another version. So you can use any. I think this is a university. I think this is from Sheffield University, yes. And there's another Harvard referencing books as well. But more or less, it's very similar. It's the same thing, but you can use any of it. But this is more convenient because, you know, when you click it, they sort of take you to the page. So it's easier. Okay, so get used to this referencing and citation. Any questions? Has anyone got any questions? Is everything clear? So far, good? Yes? Okay, great. So we'll end the session here. Thank you so much for listening, and thank you for your time.